Chandra here. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I will be finally be doing the Trollbeads fantasy necklace how-to design, kind of like the tutorial on how to design your fantasy necklace. This was first requested by Elisabeth, and I can't remember your last name, so I'm going to put it down below here somewhere. Because you're the one who actually asked for this first many moons ago, and I just kept putting it off and putting it off and putting it off, and I apologize for that, sweetie. Just, life gets in the way and things happen and you just kind of forget, so I had to make a list of things, like videos to make, and it's just a whole long story. But then, Nicole from My Pandora Charm Life also kind of asked me about how to design a fantasy necklace. So I decided, you know what, Elisabeth asked for it first, then Nicole's asking for it, and then Ilona made her video, so I was like, you know what, I think it's time to make it. So, if you're going to be doing this for the first time and, you don't know what you're kind of doing, I can try to kind of help you with this. So what you'll need, if you're, going to be doing this, is a Trollbeads fantasy necklace, obviously. Some fantasy necklace pendants. A Trollbeads lock or clasp. Some Trollbeads spacers. A combination of either silver and glass beads, however you want to design or whatever you want to wear that day. I suggest those are the beads that you should use. And last but not least, a splitter bead. Or maybe you can improvise and turn this into a splitter bead. And I will explain what that is as the video progresses. Now, the way I'm going to film this video is I'm going to show you the design here first, and then perhaps how to design it here in front of my setup here. And then in the second part of the video, I will be showcasing the same design on a bust with a better shot, so you can actually see how the necklace will lie on your chest or neck, okay? Now, I was asked by Nicole what length is better to purchase for a first-time buyer, and I suggested to her that she gets one of the longer ones. Now, the one I have is the same one that Ilona has, and that is the Onyx. The Onyx fantasy necklace. I kind of wish I'd got the pearl cuts white, and white kind of goes with everything, but so does black. But I feel because I have the black one that I'm limited to darker themes, like if I want to use darker beads, which I don't have too much of, or if I'm wearing dark clothing, this will look better. But I'm going to go ahead and measure for you which one I ended up getting, because I don't remember which one it is. So let's do this real fast. Okay, so the one that I have here, I'm actually surprised because like I said, I haven't played with it long enough to remember. I actually have the 120 centimeter or 47.2 inches. They also offer the 110 or 43, 100 or 39.4 inches, etc., etc. Okay, I actually thought I had the 110 centimeter. No, it turns out I have the 120 centimeter, which is actually pretty good. So if you're looking into buying a fantasy necklace from Trollbeads, I suggest you go for the longer ones, 110 or maybe the 120. Only because I think you have more, excuse me, more options. And the way you measure this too is the way I just did right now, is I kind of just started from, let me try to zoom in there so you guys can see what I'm doing. And I think these are hand finished, just like Pandora. So no two are going to be exactly alike, because mine is actually a little bit longer than 120. And I'm measuring from here, not from the start of the pendant itself, but from here right there. And just by measuring from there, it measures 24 inches, which is actually, see, watch, I'm just gonna, la, 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 la. Oh my gosh. See that? Oh, no, you cannot see that. Right there. See that? And that's half. So it's actually a little bit over 48 inches because you double this. So it's not quite 47 point whatever inches. It's not quite 120 centimeters. It's a little bit more than that. Let me see. It's like a little bit plus. It's like 60. It's like between 61 and 62 centimeters, which is over 120 centimeters. So I got lucky and I got a little bit of a longer one. So let's get started with a very basic design that anyone can do on a fantasy necklace. So the basic design that anyone could do on a fantasy necklace, and actually before I actually start on this part, like I was saying before, I would suggest you go longer rather than shorter because you have many more options. And you can always technically shorten this. Without, you can't make a shorter necklace longer. You can always shorten a longer necklace. Do you see what I'm saying? So if you want to just wear this by itself, okay, the way this is constructed, it's all soldered. There's no way this is slipping. Okay, see that? Okay, this is going to be the focal point. So my suggestion to you, if you just want to wear this plain, just like that, is either something that, excuse me, still recovering. I wouldn't recommend this, but I have done it before in the past because I've been lazy. And you can always knot this just very slightly, just like that. Okay, and now you've completely shortened this necklace to a more usable length. If you wanted to make it more of like a choker, you can always, shorten it by making this slight little knot. And now instead of being a 48-inch necklace, you can shorten it to like a 24-inch, something a little more usable. Now see, here's why I don't recommend putting it into a knot. I'm always in a hurry and in a rush when I'm leaving the house, so if I want to choose and like wear my necklace, I usually just do that. I just kind of knot it and I'm out the window. Yes, guys, I throw myself out the window. I'm out the door. Do you know what I'm saying? But then I come home and I have this mess now. So I don't quite recommend using the knot. Like I said, if you're in a hurry, it works. If you're in a pinch. However, I don't recommend it because you might damage the chain, it might get kinked. Okay, so now we've freed this. So my suggestion is to shorten it is you get a spacer. Okay. Now it's a little bit tricky. Okay, it can get a little bit hard. Now, if I was more prepared than I usually am, you know what? I still have ribbon and ribbon from like Christmas, so maybe I can use that. I forget who. I think it was Emily. You're gonna help me out here, Emily. I still have ribbon here from the Christmas swap. See that? So what you could do, okay, is you can get some like thread, dental floss, string, whatever. Okay, and you can do that right there. All right. And then what you can do is you thread, okay, the string or the ribbon or whatever you used through the spacer. Okay, so you have that right there. And you kind of push that through like this, okay? So now you just thread the necklace into that spacer. Do you see that right there? Just gonna pull that through. See? Now if you want to do 2 spacers, you could to have like a little more secure, okay? If you want to, because that's pretty stiff. It's not gonna move. It's not unless you really push it. Okay. So then you just kind of push that all the way through as low as you want. to make this a more standardized size necklace. Okay. And again, I will be showing this on the bust so that you guys can get an idea on how many different ways you can design your fantasy necklace. So this is the very extremely basic way of wearing it, just by itself, with the pendant that comes with it. And that comes with it, you know, the pen that you bought. You can't switch this, unfortunately, guys. There's no way, unless you're a jeweler. Okay. And now you've shortened your necklace. The second most typical way of wearing the Trollbeads Fantasy necklace is by simply adding beads. And you do the same thing you did with the stringy method. You could probably just do it this way. You don't really need a ribbon or string to thread the beads. Okay, so typically you could maybe do something like you just grab a Murano and you just slide that in. Okay, you can get another one and slide that in, and another one, and so forth and so forth until you have a whole column. Okay, and then you just kind of work those beads down, and you have a cool little column of beads that you can wear around your neck. And obviously you can also incorporate silver beads, and you can make this column of you know, beads as long or as short as you like. Now I just kind of grabbed a whole bunch of beads. They don't really necessarily go with the black. I like the Ilona's. If you saw her video on the purchase, because she just bought this herself, do you see how she styled hers? I'm in love with it. Oh my gosh, I loved how she styled hers. It's so beautiful. Because she uses the actual beads that go with the onyx. Not like me, who just kind of like got random beads, because I don't really have anything that matches it, you know. This is probably why I don't wear it so much. But I can't afford to buy the pearl and the peacock pearl and the amethyst and the emerald and the malachite. So there you go. This is the second way of designing or styling your Trollbeads necklace. And again, you can go as high or as short as you want. Okay, second way you can actually design your necklace is by actually using pendants designed for the fantasy necklace. And those look kind of like these right here. So let me go ahead and zoom in a little bit so you can see what I'm talking about. So I have the lotus pendant. I have the heart one. I'm not sure what the names are. If you know, I can always correct myself and put them down below. Okay, and the Queen of Hearts, not hearts, Queen of Heart. I always say that when I present this piece. I'm not sure why they decided to call it Queen of Heart, but whatever. Okay. So if you want to incorporate the fantasy necklace pendants, again, you can go really simple or really elaborate and intricate. And again, these are really, really easy to install. All you have to do is get the tail end, or the back end of your necklace, and you do the same thing you did with the beads I just showed you. You just thread them all the way down. Okay, so you got this look right here. Just actually kind of cute, just by itself. You guys can see, just like that. Okay. Or you can go ahead and add a bead. Or two. Or three. Okay, and again, I will I will showcase this design on the bust so you guys can actually get a better look. Okay, because from here, the angle, you can't really see what I'm doing, or you can't really appreciate how cool this looks. Okay, unless I do this. And again, it's not as fun So again, it's just another basic example. Again, I did not use beads that really go with this because I don't have any black ones. I haven't gone around to buying any black Muranos yet. But you can see how now you have the column of Muranos here. Okay, and you have that lotus pendant in this case. And you're just going to wear your necklace like that. Okay, but let me go ahead and show how these would look on that too. And this heart one is fun for me because you can actually insert a bead in the middle, just like that. Okay, or you can wear it by itself. So by itself, looks pretty cute, just like that, because you can see the chain through it. I like that look. Or if you want to get more elaborate, and just get the back end of your chain. Kind of trying to line it up here. It's kind of complicated, but you can do it. Make sure the cores are lined up, just like that. And just slip the chain through. It might be a little bit complicated, but you can get it done. There it goes. See how it's threaded through? And now we have the cool Murano in the middle of that heart. And of course, again, your creativity can know no bounds. You can get as crazy or as wild or as simple as you want. You can layer different pendants as well to get different looks. And the cool thing too is you can actually even insert a couple of Murano beads here too. You see what I'm saying? So you could do something like this. The possibilities are endless, guys. And now you can keep going. Just keep on adding more. You can go as crazy as you want. You just, you know what I mean? And then it looks so pretty, especially if on a long, like I said, on a long chain. And again, you can always shorten it. You know, if you want this, if you don't want this to touch your belly button, because I think it really will. Yep, yeah, that's how long this is. This will go down to your belly button, guys. So again, if you don't want to go that low, you know what I'm saying? All you do is you design your necklace and you do that splitter, not splitter, that to spacer, just, you know, that spacer trick, and you just kind of stick it on here and you shorten it. And now you have the option again of, you know, going as low, as long, or as short as you want. And there's a reason why you need the length. Again, I will address this in like later on in the video. You know, right now we're just talking basics on the Trollbeads Fantasy. You know, consider this your Trollbeads Fantasy Necklace 101. Okay, so now there's another trick you could do. Say you want to just keep on playing with the designs. Okay? So now say that you have some, like a pendant here and 2 beads, like in my case, or you have, you know, like just something here. Okay, and you just want to keep on adding, but you don't want a whole column of beads. That's cool, you can do that. The next thing we can do is you do that same thing I showed you in the earlier part of the video, where you get your ribbon or string, dental floss, whatever you got you have around the house, and you get one of the spacers. Okay, so let's go ahead and thread that through like the first time. Okay, so now that we have this spacer about to get threaded, just push it down. Okay. Now you might get a little bit of this going on, so you just kind of have to even it out. Okay, make sure that it's even. There we go. There we go. Now this isn't like twisted like mine is right now. There we go. Okay. Alright, so now you have a nice little gap here. Well, what you can do is you could maybe do that. Maybe that's enough of a gap right there. Yeah. And then you could keep on going with your design. So for example, maybe we could add this bead. And then maybe this pendant. And maybe this one too. Again, I'm not being really nice with the design here. I don't have beads that go with it. I'm just kind of doing this to show you guys what you guys can do with your fantasy necklace. Okay, so now you see here, you have your first part of your design right here. You have that stopper here. So you have that little bit of a length here, or space. And then you have your second design. Also guys, don't be too scared to pull, okay? Because right now here I'm about to reset my design to keep on showing you guys what to do. So what happens to me sometimes is I'll pull this through and I feel like it gets stuck. Whoops. But see, if you just, trust me, if this is the first time it hasn't got stuck, just pull gently and then it'll come off, okay? Now, another more simple way to wear your pendant or your necklace, if you don't want to get all elaborate with the beads and, you know, all of that, there's a really basic way of also wearing this, and it's the way I usually like to wear it. And by that is, it's just simply grabbing this, like making that the center. Do you see what I'm saying? And just very, very slightly push in a little bit. Sorry, I know you guys can't see what I'm doing. I'm trying to fix this here. Okay, so pretty much you have your necklace like this. Okay, so I have this end, I'm picking it up right here, and I have this end. Okay, so then when you see that, see how it's gonna fall on the bust, or on your, not the bust, because I'm gonna show you guys later on the bust. You know what I'm saying? See how you have like that layered look now? You see that? That's how I usually like to wear the this necklace. It's very simple again. If you don't really want to wear all those beads. So you're holding on to these two right here. So what you gotta do is leave them like that. Uh-oh. Really? I got tangled. Perfect. Okay, so what you do is you kind of just set it down and you have your ends here. Okay? Very carefully let them sit down. Well, you know, leave them there. Don't touch them. Get your trusty ribbon and get one spacer and two spacers. Okay? And what you do is you do the same thing you've been doing this whole time. You get the end right here. Very carefully, don't lose it. Okay, and then you thread that spacer through to maybe like right about there. So you have a little gap here. Okay, you set that down, and you do the same thing with this side. Okay, and now you have the same one here. Okay, so now in case you maybe did some movements, or you know, maybe adjust it, you can adjust it again. So you just kind of pick up your necklace with your stoppers here now and make sure that this necklace still fits, or still kind of like has the same layering look that you're going for. It seemed like it does for me. So now all you do is you grab any lock or clasp, anything really, on this side. You kind of insert it. You can't really see what I'm doing because my nails are really short, and there you go. Okay, so on that end, that's gonna be the tougher end because there's no like clasp. You just gotta push it down. See that? I wish you'd focus. And go, okay. And then on this side, which is much easier, okay, kind of just grab this and insert that. Okay, and now you have a makeshift layered necklace that you can use. Okay, you put this over, like, you know, you just clasp this behind your neck like you would do any regular necklace. And now you have this really pretty layered look. You guys can see that. Again, I will be showcasing all of these on the bust so you guys can actually see. I just figured I was having trouble figuring out how to film this, which is why I kind of delayed it, even though it felt better. I didn't quite know how to film this, so I was trying to think of like, well, it's closer to you guys if I can have a close-up view of you guys. Yeah, well, you guys can see what I'm doing and how I am designing this necklace, but then you can't really see how it looks. So at the end of the video, I will be showcasing each one of these looks, okay? And the last look that I have for you guys is what we're going to be calling or using the splitter bead. Now, let's see. I might just showcase it here on the phone. It's just easier that way. Versus me like inserting pictures. I feel like that doesn't look as nice. I could just show you guys directly from Trollbeads what the splitter beads look like, and then I'll explain what those are used for. So even on the website, it says, splitter beads, want to shorten your fantasy necklace? Use a splitter bead or pendant. Okay, so kind of right here what I just showed you, how I got the stoppers, you know, at the ends, and then I got the clasp, and then I kind of shortened it. That's exactly why you want to get a longer necklace. Okay, but that's a very simple way of doing it. Okay, with these Trollbeads splitter beads, okay, it's a cherry blossom. They're a little bit expensive, as you can see. Path of Life. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize I had that. I have it right here. I didn't realize you could use that as a splitter bead, but that makes more sense. Okay, that's so funny. That was a coincidence. Tree of Awareness pendant, elderflower pendant, etc., etc. Zucchini flower. That's the one I have right here. Okay, now, oh, the origami bead. Now, these right here, like this one, the crystal triangles bead, I think, and this one specifically, the climbing hydrangea pendant. Oh my gosh, look at the price tag. Those are like true splitter beads. Okay, I think they're specifically designed. Oh, I didn't know I could use the guiding star bead. Oh, anyways, for more reference, you can go to trollbeads.com. So, I think even Trollbeads has a tutorial like on their website, like how to do it. But it's easier for me to show you here again. Okay, so just like I showed you, okay, how to use, like how I like to wear this by like just very, like it's very simple, very elegant, just like that, having that layered look. Okay, so you do the same thing. Okay, actually you can actually even go all the way through to like each point. So see how I have that's the halfway point right there. Okay, so I have one end, I'm holding on to it here, and I'm holding on to it here. Okay, so we put this down very gently, and we keep a hold of these two ends, just like I showed you in the last design. Okay, and then I don't know how to use it with this one. Apparently you can. I've never tried it. I always go for this one. Okay. Like I said, I don't know if this is a true splitter bead, but you can use it as a splitter bead, as also like Trollbeads have indicated. So I think the reason you can use it as a splitter bead is because it has all these little gaps. See that? And I guess this one does too. Although, like I said, I've never played with this one. I don't know if I would go this way, but I'll play with it. I will find out. But I know for sure this one. So, the way you use a splitter bead, okay? It splits your necklace, okay? That's the whole point of it. So you get your bead, Okay, again, you can go to trollbeads.com for reference on which ones are considered splitter beads. Now you pick one of these little holes, okay, and you get one end of the necklace that you have here, and you insert it into the said hole. Okay, now you don't go all the way through. That's not what we're doing here. We're not going to go this way. You are going to go sideways. Okay, so let me illustrate this. So I'm picking one of these little holes, and I'm pushing this through. Okay, until it exits here. Can you guys see that? Okay, now I don't know if I like it there. I think I'm gonna push it down one more. No, that's not it. Hold on, guys, I gotta see what I'm doing. Here we go. So this is the hole where the chain is entering. Okay, and I'm exiting it here. Okay. Now, see how it's not exiting straight up? See right here? See how it's on this side right here? Oh my gosh, it's really hard to illustrate. There we go. See, if I went all the way through, it'd be coming out this hole. But I'm not. I'm using the one next to it. Okay. So we pull that through. So we have a little bit of length there. All right, now watch. So now we go back to the original hole where I inserted the first part of the chain. And we go to this part now, the second part that we set aside. And we do the exact same thing. We insert it the same hole we inserted the first one. You insert and you kind of push it through so that it exits on the other side of that bead. See that? Excuse me, I'm sorry guys. So not this one, but this one, so it matches this side right here, so it's symmetrical. Okay, I hope I'm illustrating this properly. They both get inserted at the bottom. We skip this one and we insert on the second one, so it's even. So now we push that through, and now you have just split your fantasy necklace. So now you have successfully split your fantasy necklace into two now, and that has shortened it just like Trollbeads has said. Okay, so what's gonna happen is you're gonna have like a mess of the chain here. So what you have to do is just push it all the way out like that until it's all the way like this. So you have your one end, your second end again. Okay, and then once you have it pulled here, that way you know it's gonna be even. All you have to do is just push this through. Okay, however long you want it, however short you want it, and it actually stays. Okay, unless you pull it too much, I wouldn't suggest that. Okay, so now you have a lariat or Y necklace. Okay, now you can even, again, keep it like that and do the same thing I showed you with the spacers up here. Okay, and then use your lock. Actually, you probably don't even need the spacers, but I just feel like there's a little bit more like secure as a design. Do you see what I'm saying? Because you could actually just get your lock, okay, and loop it through and wear it like that. But I just feel like it's a little more secure to have the safety. I mean the safety, the what's it called? The spacer and the spacer, and have it that way. That way it doesn't budge. See with movement, this will lose its adjustment. So again, if you have that here, you can secure it with a spacer up here and up here. Then you can secure that with your lock. Or again, you can keep on getting creative, and you can add a bead there. And add a bead there, and then you can just kind of get the beads up here. I will think it will get a little bit heavy. To see how it resorts back to this, we don't want that. So you just push it back up again. yeah, I think again, if you just kind of have that spacer trick I showed you guys up here, you know, that then this will get more secured. And that is how splitter beads work. And now stay tuned for me to feature all of the designs you just saw here on a necklace bust, so you guys can actually see the designs more clearly. And there you have it, guys. I had lots of fun making this video. I hope you guys had fun watching it. Thanks again to Elisabeth O. I'm just gonna call you O because I can't even pronounce your last name right now. I can't think of it. But I'll insert it somewhere here. Thanks again, sweetie, for requesting this video, and for Nicole for kind of re-requesting it, because like I said, I had it in the works, but I just never got around to it, and I know you guys have been waiting for it. So I hope there wasn't too much hype around this video. I hope it was like okay. I did the best I could with what I got, guys. So I know it's not very professional setup, but I did try. So again, I really had a lot of fun making this. So if you guys have any requests or questions on troll beads or stylings or anything, you can always ask me through Instagram or Facebook. You can leave a comment on this video. And if you check out Pinterest, I'm also on Pinterest, guys, if you want to follow me. It's the same way I spell my name on Instagram, my Xpressions, just my space, Xpressions with an X. You could follow me, see how kind of, oh, that's lovely. It's my dog again, guys. There you go. You guys can check out how, what things I kind of follow or what things that inspire me. If you pin, or if you search Trollbeads Fantasy Necklace, you'll see a lot of what inspired me, you know, of the stylings that I showcased to you today. So you guys can also check out Pinterest and see plenty more other designs that like really creative people have put together. I do have a Pandora rings collection video coming up soon, as well as the ring game, the spin the wheel, and we, you know, see what kind of ring stack I can come up with. So I hope you guys tune in for that. Thank you again for watching, and until next time, I will talk to you guys later. Bye!